What's up, guys? You ever heard of something called remote viewing? Let me share a little bit with you. Remote viewing is an ability to perceive, describe, or give details about a target that's inaccessible to normal senses, either because of distance, time, or shielding. For example, someone might be given a set of numbers. And with those numbers, people can go into a psychic phenomena. They have titled remote viewing, and it's kind of a clairvoyance or telepathy. It's something we all possess. But with those numbers, you can go into these places. Now, there are targets intended, but random numbers are given, and with those random numbers, you may perceive locations, places, events, people, all kinds of fun stuff. And it's not so extracurricular as to someone having to be special, at least in my opinion. I believe this is a sixth sense. So if it's a sixth sense, then everyone has access to it, right? Okay, so in my free time, in between hobbies and living, I remote view. I do it daily, 1 or 2 targets, just for fun. So the other day I happened to be remote viewing something interesting in Antarctica. Okay? And I wanted to share it with you guys. It's very interesting. And if you're interested in remote viewing, there's plenty of places on the internet to read and learn something about it. It's quite interesting. All right, so Antarctica. We know about this place. It's cold. It's lonely. So the other night I'm remote viewing and I happened to get some strange coordinates. Didn't make any sense to me and very weird. Now, what was I remote viewing, you're going to ask? I was remote viewing MH370. I wonder what I would see if I tried. Now, I'm not saying that I trusted the reading at all, so I'm not even going to discuss it, but some weird stuff came out of it, okay? And one of the weird things that came out of it was coordinates. So I got the coordinates, and as much of the coordinate information as I got, I put it into the Google Maps, and I wanted to see if they really went anywhere. And they did. Now, I'm not saying the plane had anything to do with coming to Antarctica. I'm just saying these are some of the weird coordinates I got with the remote viewing session. And unfortunately, I think I know too much about the MH370. We've been listening to it for a long time now, the news of this tragedy, this disappearing airplane. So I think that maybe my reading was mixed too much probably with hope and desire for a good outcome. So not trusting that. But I did find the coordinates to be totally unusual because I do not often get coordinates. But the first set of coordinates I got took me here to Mount Siddeley. Now, Google Maps are very strange, right? You get all this white stuff, but I know in some places, because I look at Google Maps quite a bit, and I know that in some places when you see odd coloring in the pictures, that means that they got some really up close shots. And it's weird because you have to find the right spot to zoom in. But if you find the right location within an image, it'll let you go in super far. Okay, so these were some of the first coordinates I got. Now, this is Mount Siddeley, which I find very weird. These rock formations, right? These are weird. So I'm like, okay, Sure, it could be rocks sliding down the hill and, over time the snow covers and okay, that's completely possible, right? This is just typical snow Antarctic terrain. And I'm zipping around and then I see this weird thing. It's perfectly round. Doesn't have the lumpy texture that these other things have. Kind of sticks out. Let's turn around. See, it's quite circular. Something came out in the remote viewing session that was like McMurdo sound, which didn't make any sense to me. So I looked that up and it got me here. And then I put in, I got partial coordinates. And then this was here where the coordinates are. And you can see the coordinates at the top of the screen here in the address bar, right? So does anybody know anything about Antarctica and what the crap is this? Look at this. Are these are these natural things here in the ground? Is this what happens when it snows too much? Yeah, these are stupid questions. Because this is crazy. What is this? What is this? And then look here in the middle of this right here, you got this red thing. Sorry for the quick moving here, but you see the two red things? What is this? And we can just skim along and have a look. And then next to these mountain weird hole things are these straight things. Okay? I mean, I'm sure. Okay, well, no, I shouldn't say that. I believe the snow on the ground is creating what looks like a light source at the front of these, right? Because if the sun is shining, you're going to have these points in the snow where things get bright. So when we pull out, we get this, right? What is it? Now you can see it looks like there's a clear row, then there looks like a row that was covered in snow above it. See here? Then it looks like another faint row. But you got this hole. And this came up when I was remote viewing, that there would be a mountain or something that looks like a volcano but not real. And that there would be glowing colors. And that's kind of there. Let's get back to it. I mean, sure. Yes, this could be the sun taking out this area right here. And let's move on. There's the coordinates again. And there's the weird thing. And look, it's almost got like a glow around it. Now, if I didn't know any better, as somebody who, has edited photos and edited videos, this looks like a coloring in. Just, it's weird in its shape. Right? But okay, shadows can happen any kind of way. And the blue around it could, be frozen water. Now, something else that caught my attention along the way, I decided to keep looking over all the land. And then I found these little stick things on top of what looks like a hill. And you can see the coordinates of those. And then along what seems like an intended path, there's one little dark stick thing. There's 3 of them. Then it goes back to 1, and it seems to take a trail. And then there's 4. Aren't those some weird looking things? What are these, signs? Do not cross, don't go any further. Is it monitors? Maybe it's like earthquake monitoring or something. But it sure is weird. And what I also get fascinated by with Google Maps is how they will show you some parts, but then other parts are just not there. Right? Now here's another one. Like, okay, you got snow, and then this area right here has completely been whited out. I have trouble believing that's a natural phenomena with the photography. So I just decided to record some of the land. I'm zipping over this real quick for you, but do you see how the photos are just, yeah. I think this is done with purpose to show particular areas. See that? Now, you could see here, there's nothing, and then we got snow. I'm pretty sure that's not how it looks. For real. We're pretty sure that the word 2018 Google isn't written on the planet, but you know what? We're not up there. So how do we know? I could totally be wrong about that. But it doesn't change my question. What are these? And why do they have red stuff in them? You can't tell me. Look, and then there's like a tiny little thing here. Then there's a V-shaped thing there. I mean, these don't look like, they don't look natural. I'm sorry, that doesn't look natural. So what is it? What do you think it is, you guys? Now here you can clearly see, at least to me, like here's like something that looks like it's tower-like it's coming up from the ground. So perhaps it's some kind of surveillance thingamabob. But look how they just cut the picture out. Now, if you're curious, these measure across. This whole phenomena thing stretches out for over a mile. The little hole measures loosely at just under 300 feet across. And there's a bit of space in between all this stuff, but yeah, okay. And these weird objects, you can see the size of these. Not huge, but huge. Do you have any idea what this is? Just a wacky thought. Based on their location and looks, is it possible, do you think, that this is like a underground space? I mean, if I were making a movie with these graphics, like right now, I would say that I would put planetary objects into space at night, or one of them would launch from these holes, and it, would be the sun coming out of like the red ones, and then maybe the moon comes out of these, and there's several of them, and they're like autopilot alien things, and they just survey the earth and keep things as they should be. But of course you need multiple. And this is where they would rise and set. The sun and the moon. Rising from here, setting back into there. Fascinating, right? So, I'd love to hear your comments. What is it? And also, how come you can't fully spin the globe on the Google Maps? I mean, you could spin it one way, but not the other. Like it stops you from going certain places. Anywho, I look forward to hearing your comments. Talk to you guys later. Bye.